Namaste and good morning, everyone. This is Dhammar Singh Saud, an assistant professor of English language education at Darchula Multiple Campus, Kulanga, Darchula, Nepal. First of all, I would like to thank the organizing committee of First National Conference Resource Management Cell, Kailali Multiple Campus, Dhangadi, Kailali. This is great opportunity for me to present a paper in a national conference named Modern Research in Education, Society, Management and Science. I have a short paper presentation on the topic Translanguaging Practices in EFL Classroom Teachers' Perceptions. This is my presentation's outline. I will be talking about title and abstract keywords, introduction, purpose of the study, research question, literature review methodology, site and participants, research instruments, results, discussions, conclusion, and references. Let's talk about the title and abstract of my paper. The title is Translanguaging Practices in EFL Classrooms, Teachers' Perception. For this research, I conducted hermeneutic phenomenology research design. I used hermeneutic methodology for this research. And my purpose of this research is to explore the perspective of EFL teachers toward translanguaging. 4 EFL teachers from 2 model schools of Darchula district are the research participants. Observation and semi-structured interviews are used for data collection. I found various links in participants towards translanguaging. Majority of the participants had positive intention toward translanguaging. This is just short abstract and about my presentation. Let's talk about key words and introduction of my whole paper. Multilingual classroom, hermeneutic phenomenology, language pedagogy, lived experiences, and links are my key words of this paper. Let's talk about the introduction of this paper. Translanguaging was first introduced by Shane Williams as a pedagogical practice in world's English classrooms. It is an act performed by bilingual or multilinguals, especially in language classroom by learners or teachers, to enhance communicative competence, to enhance communicative potential, according to Gracie in 2009. Translanguage is a pedagogy, context-sensitive pedagogy, which is used especially in multilingual or bilingual classroom to enhance learning, to enhance teaching learning process, where we generally use all linguistic resources, all linguistic repertoire in a multilingual classroom context. In this pedagogy, we generally use 2 or more languages for pedagogical purposes. It helps or promote student academic performance using their all linguistic resources. Bilingual or multilingual learner or teacher may have knowledge about different languages. This pedagogy encourages them to use their all linguistic resources for enhancing their learning and teaching process. It helps to understand the learning material better, according to Baker 2001. Especially, it is very beneficial for multilingual classroom. Though it has some challenges, if we do not use it judiciously, it may weaken the non-dominant language, according to Way and Gracia 2017. So teachers are crucial, or teachers' role is very important for supporting or constraining the pedagogical goals, according to Juniga et al. 2017. And let's talk about for first and research questions of this paper, my research. The main purpose of the study was to explore teachers' perception toward teacher-directed and student-directed translanguaging practice in EFL classroom. So there are two research questions. How do EFL teachers describe and interpret their attitude toward teacher-directed translanguaging in Nepalese EFL classroom? And how do EFL teachers describe and interpret their attitude toward student-directed translanguaging in Nepalese EFL classrooms? While conducting this research, I went through several previous literatures. Let's talk about literature review here. According to Darchula et al., translanguaging refers to the language practices of bilinguals. It is a language practices of bilinguals or multilinguals. It enhanced student creativity and participation in the classroom. Pedagogy uses the student existing linguistic knowledge to learn new language skills according to FAC 2018. Silwal 2018 talked about translanguaging as a pedagogy which can be utilized for effective teaching learning process even in higher education. Similarly, Shinoz and Gotter 2021 theoretical and instructional approach for improving language and content competencies through learners' whole linguistic repertoire is the aim of the translanguaging practices. Similarly, many foreign writer Khan et al., Baker, and many other writers also conducted research about translanguaging and found its positive impact in the language learning process. Let's talk about research methodology. Qualitative. This is a qualitative research. And the ontology, relative-based ontology, subjective epistemology, value-laden exology is used in this research. The specific method, or you can say that research design, if you talk about research method or design, I used hermeneutic phenomenology as a research method or design. And interpretive paradigm is used here. For the research, two model schools from the Darchula districts are the research site. Four ELT teachers are the participants of the research. They were selected purposefully, and observation and semi-structure interviews were used as research instruments. After collecting data, transcribing, editing, coding, and thematizing are the process of thematic analysis is used for analyzing the data in the research. Let's talk about the results. First, talk about teacher's attitude or perspective toward teacher-directed translanguaging. The results is presented in short in the table on the basis of affect, which means feeling or emotion toward the translanguaging, or participants belief or knowledge cognition toward the translanguaging, connection mean intention or behavior toward the translanguaging. On the basis of these uh, three categories, I presented data here. These are the four participants. Most of the participants expressed their positive attitude toward translanguaging, though some had mixed feeling and very few had negative feeling toward translanguaging. You can see in this table. Similarly, while I talked about teachers' attitude toward student directed translanguaging, the same three themes I got and analyzed the data under these three themes. What are their feelings, emotion, what are their belief or knowledge, what are their intention or behavior about translanguaging practices. Here we got especially about belief and the behavior, all participants are very positive toward using student directed translanguaging. And while they talk about their feelings and emotion, we got mixed attitudes from them. From these results, let's discuss the data in the discussion section. On the basis of the result, what I got is that most of the participants had positive attitudes and used translanguaging in the EFL classroom. Especially in the context of Darchula, they incorporated English, Nepali, and Darchulali languages in EFL classroom judiciously. They have positive attitude toward translanguaging, especially they use translanguaging uh, in their classroom to make their learning effective. We got positive attitudes, especially positive attitude toward translanguaging on the basis of affect, cognition, and connotations in this research. They believe that translanguaging can close the gap between students' proficiency level, engage all students with the diverse profile. Target language only may decrease the interaction in the classroom, so translanguaging is necessary. It can be used as a pedagogical tool to create a more desirable and interactive classroom. Similarly, translanguaging enables students to achieve a better understanding of the materials, better understanding of the given instruction, essential information, detailed explanation, or teacher's clarification should be well presented or clarified with the help of translanguaging pedagogy. It saves the students from learning fatigue. It can be, you can say that in testing, it can be a tool for making class interesting. Student can be more active and capable for finishing their task on time if they are allowed to use translanguaging in their classroom. It helps the student to deliver their actual knowledge about the topic. Student directed translanguaging links with creativity. If they are allowed to use different languages in the classroom, they can share their ideas creatively and they can use their creativity well. Similarly, student target language learning and curricular goals achievement will be increased with the help of the translanguaging. Let's talk about conclusion. In conclusion, what I got from this research. I got the participants means have positive attitudes and they use translanguage in the classroom frequently. Especially they use translanguaging for explanatory and managerial strategies, instruction reinforce and student attention. Translanguaging is used for used as interpersonal study in student interaction. They had various emotion toward the practice of translanguaging. They got beneficial, they got translanguage beneficial, especially during student discussion to finish the given task on time. And at the same time, teachers and learner must be aware that translanguage effective may be risky as well if we do not use it judiciously, appropriately, if we use it more. So translanguaging is very beneficial. Even in a future classroom, the space for translanguage will be increased according to the research. These are the references which I have used in my research. Thank you very much for listening me and thank you very much. I would be grateful if you provide me constructive feedback, your opinion, comments. Thank you very much.